CEO and good morning to City Council and all the visitors. My name is Buffy Redfeather Brown, Chief of the Southeastern Cherokee Confederacy. I have been the chief since 1988. I am humbled, I am honored, and I am blessed to be here. Native Americans in Pennsylvania, just to name a few nations, Cherokees, Lenape, Delaware, Shawnee, Seminole have been in Pennsylvania for hundreds of years. In 1787, Cherokee women presented a letter to Benjamin Franklin. That letter is in the Pennsylvania archives. It is of the utmost importance that the state of Pennsylvania recognizes the first Americans who reside in Pennsylvania and have shared their rich culture over the many years. In closing, I would like to thank the President, City Council, and everyone who has happened to give me the opportunity to speak on behalf of the recognition of Native Americans in the state of Pennsylvania. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Greetings. I am Osceola Brooks. I am fifth generation granddaughter to Chief Osceola of the Seminole tribe out of Florida. The divine spirit has guided us to this day. This challenge is an opportunity and we are now balancing. Our path is doing the work Spirit has guided us to do. We were and we are brave. Because we made this effort, Spirit responded, helping guide our belief that the governments need to acknowledge the past. We know that none of you perpetuated the ill deed. We are asking to correct those ills of the past. And we applaud you for taking this bold step. It is truly a noble deed that the resolution 110641 will be recognized as Indigenous Peoples Day.
Songbird Hilton, commenting on 110641.
Greetings, Honorable Council of Philadelphia. Friends, Philadelphians, distinguished guests, fellow Native Americans. I come here today on the backs of my ancestors in the hope that this day, October 6, 2011, will mark an important historical moment in the history of our city, state, and our nation. The shining water that moves in the streams and rivers is not just water. It is the blood of my ancestors. I come here today on the back of my great-grandmother, who was thrown in a ditch and turpentine poured over her body because she was Native American. I come here on the back of her daughter, my grandmother, who was not allowed to purchase a hat in a department store, even though she had the money to buy, because she was Native American. I honor the place in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you that is love, light, peace, and truth. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, then we are one. Thank you. Shonish.
Janet Warm-Winged Powell, commenting on 110641.
Hello and greetings to you all. I come here to represent a very special place in Philadelphia, which is Strawberry Mansion. Pennsylvania is Indian country. Philadelphia and Strawberry Mansion is the section where Indians chose to live and migrate to work. It's also a place for commerce. And I also come not just to represent my family that's been in the same section of this city since 1929, but for a family that I met on the same block, whose photo I hold here of a woman who's a Philadelphian, and born here in 1846. Her husband was a bootmaker on the waterfront. This family's lineage is still on 27th Street. I'm happy to be here. This has been a long journey, a hard journey, and difficult. I thank you for all of my family.
My name is Chief David. I greet you in the Shalaki language. I'm the personal chief of the Eagle Medicine Band of Cherokee Indians. We are based in Delaware Valley. Our headquarters is in Philadelphia. It is an honor to be here and speak on behalf of my people and as well as other indigenous nations that are represented here today. One of the things that I pride myself on is the preservation of traditional knowledge, traditional teachings, and traditional culture within our communities. We thrive to be a more productive community as Indigenous people. And Indigenous Day gives an opportunity for not just Native people to celebrate who they are, but other fellow Philadelphians to celebrate Indigenous people throughout the city. And it is my hope that the council will recognize and pass this resolution to bring forth a more consciousness to this area so that we can preserve our culture and preserve for future generations. Wadoski and Adabali.
David Solomon Bailey, commenting on 110-641.
Peace and blessings. Good evening, good morning, Council President Arner, Council President, Councilman Jones. I'm here today in honor of my ancestors. What time is it? Let's take a moment and breathe. Recognize why not. I wonder why it's taken so long. Why has it taken so long to recognize this day? My name is David Solomon Bailey. It sounds Jewish. I'm not. You may think I'm a descendant of Africa. I am not. I'm Algonquin, Lenape. I've been fortunate enough to be raised by my grandma, who in the summer was sent to Accomack, Virginia, to be raised by her, to be watched by her grandma. Recognized? Yes. Will we be recognized as well as we stand here today? In this building, on top, William Penn, extension of the Treaty of Peace and Friendship to the Lenape. This here recognition will also extend the extension that Penn left here today. This is an extension of that resolution. This is also, I'm here also for a healing process. Recognizing this resolution is also a healing process through all the ills and elements in our community that we face. So in doing so, this has allowed us to build dialogue, and for us to gravitate to community, to continue the legacy of upliftment and healing, because we're in dire need for healing for our ancestors, for our people and future generations. And that's all I have to say. Thanks.
My name is El Ali. I'm Cherokee, Roanoke, and Polish. I want to thank Councilman Curtis Jr. for sponsoring this resolution, Councilman Clark, Councilman Greenlee, and all of council. Every collective of peoples on the planet Earth who are organically birthed or began existence since time immemorial on a particular continent are identified as indigenous peoples. Peoples are identified by what homeland or nation they are indigenous to. American Indians, indigenous Americans. History did not start in 1492. It goes back to Kawankonak, now known as Philadelphia area, dating back some 5,000 years ago to a time when Greece and Rome did not exist, and the ancient civilizations of Egypt and Babylon had hardly begun. No, my ancestors were not primitive people at all. They built highly advanced agricultural societies that still feed a third of the world's populations today. This agriculture built mounds, or what archaeologists call conical pyramids. These ancient ones built mounds that can be found from Canada through Philadelphia to what is now known as Florida. My history doesn't begin in 1492. It began in the Ohio River Valley around Pittsburgh, where the Indigenous developed highly advanced societies around 1000 BC, a time when King Solomon ruled in ancient Israel, where the Indigenous built their societies along the Delaware River to the shores of the northern panhandle of West Virginia. So why should this heritage and history be forgotten? For it is the fabric that has built this nation, this commonwealth, and this city. Our pain and blood run deep in this land. Our elders have suffered great for being indigenous to their homeland. So I can't forget about the negative parts of our history, such as the slavery of tens of thousands of American Indians in the Eastern Seaboard during the 1700s and 1800s, who were enslaved and shipped to the Caribbean islands and abroad. We cannot forget about the people who had to assimilate into other cultures in order to survive at the destruction of their home. Or to forget about the purposeful elimination of my elders' identities in order to strip them of their land by labeling them Negro, colored, mulatto through the United States Census, state records, county and city records. Far too many don't know how in Virginia and North Carolina in the 1880s to 1946, where my family was from, had to endure these types of laws that forced them from identifying as American Indian and instead forced them to be bound by laws that were labeled them colored. Why should this be forgotten? Resolution 110641 starts a healing process by recognizing that our history and heritage to the city is important and celebrated for future generations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Flujo de la banda.
Hello, taso kamate Nancy, taso kamate Tronatiu, taso kamate Manuel Cincy. Yeah, you can call me Brujo de la Mancha, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter to me because the more important I come here, it doesn't matter if I'm Hispanic or mixed or have Native American or not. I just want to be clear, the people came here 500 years ago to a place, they don't even knock the door. And now us, we need to knock the door. Why? What we did? We were here, we give food into the tables, we made the zero come true, and we are here for many, many generations. Just please give us a chance to be free again. Thank you.
Dolores Stanford.
Good afternoon, President, council people, and all people present. I am Nanako Lenape. We have formed a confederacy between all three of our areas, people and families, between Bridgeton, New Jersey, Cheswold, Delaware, and Millsboro, Delaware. We are all here. We are never left. We stay and mixed among you and hid. And we are here forever. When I was in school and different things, I was raised by my grandmothers in North Philadelphia, 70th and Oxford. We were always told who we were, where we came from Ghoultown, and that we were Pierces and Goulds and Brumberries. And we had never forget. And that also my grandmother sold pepper pot on Dock Street to the ships that came in. We have never left, and we are still here. And I am happy for this achievement and everything and recognition. It has been thousands of years. It's about coming to us, and it's taken all these hundreds of years to be recognized. And I am very proud of that for Indian peoples in this entire community of Philadelphia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mark Teetle.
Good morning, Council. For the opportunity to speak. I would just like to encourage the Council to embrace this resolution and pass it. It's just a simple recognition of our achievements, accomplishments, and contributions to this great nation. Being in the city of Philadelphia, I think it's perhaps a little long overdue, but this is something we can do. And I'm new to the region. This is my first year here in Philadelphia. I am a member of the federally recognized Bay Mills Indian community in Northern Michigan. So I'm just here to encourage you to embrace this resolution, pass it, and have a nice day.
Thank you.
February 2011 as Indigenous Peoples Day, and every first Saturday of October thereafter as Indigenous Peoples Day.
The chair recognizes Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Madam President. Before I move for the adoption, I want to bring to everyone's attention that at Muhammad Park in the 3rd Councilmanic District at 1 to 3 p.m. will be a performance of drums celebrating this resolution. Thank you. I move for the adoption.
There's been moved and seconded, the resolution be adopted. All in favor will say aye. Aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it. Chief Clerk, please read the title of resolution 110643.
A resolution authorizing the Commissioner of Health Property to execute and deliver the redevelopment authority of the city of Philadelphia without consideration to ease and grant additional uses allowed to the city of Ohio using the ground buildings and improvements thereon, situated in the 31st ward of the city of Philadelphia.
Councilman County, are you going to move? Those opposed, the ayes have it. Resolution is adopted. And 546 be withdrawn. All in favor will say aye. Those opposed,
Whiting Road and Whiting Place.
chair recognizes Councilman O'Neill. I'm sorry, I realized it was a bill. Please read the title of bill number 110482.
An ordinance establishing a one-way regulation on Marion Street from West Ashby.
Shall the bill pass finally? Chief Clerk will please call the roll.
Councilwoman Blackwell. Councilman Clark is voting aye.
I think I got it.
How many more you got for today?
Just two. Just two.